Welcome, everyone, to another episode of the Jersey Bullies. I am your host today, Erik Barrezo, with Tyler Freed.
Hi, Dad.
So, basically, this podcast is we're just going to be strictly talking about the Phillies. But first, we just wanted to talk about how actually sports are all coming back right now. We have the NBA, NHL, and MLS is actually going as well. But the NBA and NHL will be starting soon. Um, And then obviously baseball is going to be starting on Friday. Well, actually tomorrow, Yankees versus Nationals. Tyler.
What? You sound like you want to keep going with it.
Oh,
Yeah, no,
you're good.
I'm excited.
We're
That
tired.
I'm excited that baseball's coming back. It's definitely the sport that I thought would have already been started by now, with all their contract disputes and all that crap. But there is going to be a season, 60 games worth of it. Um, and the Phillies look pretty good in their simulated games, I thought.
Yeah, I've been
Baltimore.
watching everything. Every single thing I've been watching. I've been going absolutely nuts watching the intra squad games, the scrimmages with other teams, the exhibition games, everything you can think of. I've been nonstop. I thought I was completely out because I was pissed off that the contract negotiations kind of screwed everything up. But nope, here I am, fully engaged and ready to
Oh,
go.
absolutely. I mean, it's sports. We're sports fanatics. Where it doesn't matter how much they piss you off. We're always gonna kind of draw back to it. I mean, the lighthearted fans probably are still not watching. They won't watch till October, but um, no, baseball's back, and I'm excited for it. This is what I've been waiting for all freaking since pretty much March, since spring training started. So whether they had the contract disputes or not, it didn't really matter. They they figured it out to an extent. I'm sure I'm sure next season's a whole another topic to bring up with that. But let's focus on the Phillies today specifically. Uh,
Absolutely. I think Scott Kingery has looked really good. He's done a little stupid plays here and there, but I'm actually excited about him being our second baseman now, a strict position.
well, that's what he needed. Scott Kingery needed to be a single position player so he could focus on it and he could be more consistent at the plate. Because I really feel like flip flopping where he's at during in defense kind of like takes his mind off of his focus when he's hitting, because he doesn't have he's got to adjust what he's doing out there on defense because he's not playing the same spot every day.
Yeah, but yeah, we can go position by position. So we started with the second baseman, which is weird, but that's where I went. But yeah, let's go to first base. Reese Hoskins. He's growing the porn stash and the long curly kind of hair. So he also
Listen,
has a different
he's going back to
Mike Schmidt
he's going
days.
yeah, he's going back to 70s 80s baseball, and I love it. I don't care.
Yeah,
Let's do it. It's a
he
weird season. Let's have them all look weird and have fun personalities.
100%. He also changed up his batting stance during this weird pandemic that we're going through. So he's also been hitting the ball pretty well, which is nice. So hopefully that stays that way, and we can actually
Yeah.
see the hot Reese Hoskins instead of the completely iceberg cold that he was all second half after the
Mhm.
All Star game.
I don't know. I think he just needed to. He was doing too much of what I guess he did when he first came up, and pitchers finally figured it out, and he just didn't know how to adjust. Um, and I think he's finally learning that you have to adjust. They're going to figure you out, so you have to figure them out and throw them off their game. If Reese could just get back to how he did swing, like he was consistently just hitting the ball. He was going to all parts of the field. He was fouling everything off. Like, yeah, he might have, if he struck out, it was a 3-2 count and he fouled off like three balls. So, like, that's not, that was, what I was most impressed by. Like, it didn't matter what was going on. Um, it was just, they were just, he was just fouling it off and, staying consistent. He had a good eye on the ball.
Yeah, Him and Didi though, they're going to be wearing their masks the whole game apparently, which is going to be interesting to see. And obviously completely weird, but that is the world that we live in right now. Completely weird.
Well,
So,
I saw that he did that on what was it? I think it was against the Nationals.
and the
He
Yankees
put
too.
in the well, he didn't have it on, and then whenever someone got to first, he would put on his mask.
Yeah. I think he was
So
trying which one he preferred, and I believe that he mentioned that he was going to do just when they got to first base alone.
yeah,
So,
probably.
yeah.
I
But
mean, it's got to be weird playing with the mask on.
oh, 100%. It's just got to be weird that they're not like slapping hands or anything like that either, but I watched the what game was it? The Jazz Pelicans tonight, going
Yeah.
to basketball real fast, but it didn't seem like none of them cared. They were like high fiving, still jumping, and doing the little like chest bumps and stuff like that. So it's like,
Well,
what's the difference?
it's a little different in the NBA world.
Yeah, because they had the
Um,
bubble. Yeah,
because they are closed off and it's not like they're going home to their families every day. So it's
yeah,
it's basically no different from the Pelicans to the Sixers. They're all they should at least be in the same containment. Now it's gonna suck if someone decides to leave the bubble or do something stupid or some unfortunate circumstance happens and they continue that behavior. But we'll see with that. But back to the Phillies. I don't know. It should be interesting to see them with the mask on. But I don't know. It won't be that big of a difference, personally. I mean, it's weird to play with it on, but I feel like I could play with it on. It really wouldn't change much except for my breathing.
yeah.
But as
And
long
I
as you're
wear the mask all day long, so I don't think there's really much in the breathing sense.
yeah,
So it's a little becomes hotter, but you're perfectly fine. But going back to Didi, I'm pretty excited that he's our shortstop. He's looked pretty good. He likes to take his pitches, which is nice to actually have another batter that does that on our team. Even though last year that's all our batters did and never really swung the bat. But except for Bryce Harper, he was the only one that just went nuts.
yeah. But
But
he's
Didi,
the
I'm
type of
excited
hitter.
about.
He's the type of hitter that's going to take his pitches, but he's going to swing the bat at the right pitches. Like he's not going to just sit there and watch balls like strikes go past him. And
Yeah,
I'm excited about him. I'm excited, especially in Citizens Bank Park, because that right field porch is going to be perfect for him.
yeah, and going next to his third baseman, Gene Segura. I'm excited that he's at third base, and we finally got rid of Michael Franco. So that's always a positive.
Listen, I don't know why everyone was so hard on Franco. He was just inconsistent. He was a
Well, that's
decent.
that's why everyone was hard on him because he
He
was
was pretty good. I don't know. I feel like everyone was a lot harder on him defensively, but he had a good glove over there. I
no
don't know why.
defense. I think he was the best. His offense was the problem. I didn't have
Yeah,
an issue with his defense. It was just his offense. Because you would see in flashes, like he was the most hot cold hitter you could possibly imagine. Like
oh, absolutely.
Reese was terrible. Like if he's hot, he's hot. If he's cold, he's cold. But Mikael Franco, you had no idea what you were getting in and out every day. It could either be 3 for 3 or it could be 0 for 4. Like there was no consistency whatsoever to his game. That
I
was
get
the
that.
frustrating thing.
I don't
But
know. I feel
he
like
was
his
really
stats
good.
were
Like I liked him. Like he was a good player. But it was just like, dude, can you at least 1 for 3, like get a hit or do something? Like, but it was just you had no idea what you were getting. That was
yeah, I
my
got
problem
you.
with him.
But Gene Secura, yeah, he's going to be a consistent hitter. If he gets back to what he was like, before last year. I mean, even last year he still wasn't bad. Um, but if he can get to his pre, back when he was like up there, top shortstop.
Before the Andrew McCutcheon injury, that was really what messed him up.
Yeah.
I think that
If
was
he
in
can
his
just
head for the
we
whole year after
basically
that.
with him, we just need him to be a 300 hitter. Like that's really what we need. That's what he's got to be. He just got to get on base and let everyone else do the work behind him or in front of him, wherever they end up putting him in the lineup.
Yeah,
Um, but his backup over there, Alec Baum, well, between between
Oh
there and
man, can't
first.
wait.
But I'm pretty sure he's starting with the Lehigh crew to start the season.
I know they already sent Spencer Howard down there,
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure
so
Alec Baum's going to start there too, just for service reasons.
yeah, I think
Whatever.
it's like 6 days.
Yeah, it's literally by the middle of next week or whatever. It's not that big of a deal if they really want to do it. It's not like regular season where they have to wait an entire month and a half for them to come up.
But still, man, 6 games that could do some damage in a 60 game season.
Well, 6 games. I mean, realistically, you're missing what Baum, like Baum's probably not wouldn't even play in those first couple games
Well,
anyway.
he could be strictly DL or DH DL.
Well, yeah, he could be, but I mean, you have Jay Bruce. I
Yeah,
feel like Jay Bruce is just a veteran who's going to be there, and he's just going to be playing that, or vice versa. I think they might have Hoskins in there, and then I think haven't they been working Bruce at first base too?
I have not seen that. I've just seen Bomb over there, and I've
Okay, I
seen
wasn't sure if they
also
were working him.
JT over there as well. But yeah, I haven't seen Jay Bruce.
Oh, the magical name there, JT Real Muto.
I was
So
trying to
that,
save him for last because I just feel like I'm gonna go off. But we can go
all right,
there.
all right. No, no, we'll move to the outfield. We'll avoid the catcher position because I'm probably going to go off too. Um, so left field, I'm assuming it's going to be McCutcheon. Pretty
Yeah.
sure that's what they have him
Yep.
slotted in.
Yep.
If McCutcheon could just do what he was doing last year, just get back on that horse, that's perfect. I
Yeah.
don't expect
Him
him to,
and him and Uncle Larry.
I think that's the thing about this season that I'm interested to see. I think you're going to see a lot more of the players' personalities come out, more than you would before, just because you're going to be able to hear them a lot more over like
I
the
hope
broadcasts
so.
and stuff. So I think you're going to get people yelling in the outfield or like something stupid like that, just like joking around and having fun. Hopefully.
Yeah,
Um,
because they're gonna be piping in the music, which pisses me off. But hasn't really been bad in the two exhibition games that they've showed it on.
I don't
But
think I don't think it'll come off. It wouldn't come off bad in a broadcast. I mean, it's a broadcast. It just like looks unappealing because you can't see anyone.
yeah, but yeah. So I expect not really want to say big things, but just your normal thing from Andrew McCutcheon. I
Yeah,
expect him to be exactly what he has been, and last year was going back to his like olden days. So I don't really expect it to be that, but I expect it to be at least on par. So not like
yeah.
full old McCutcheon, but at least close to it.
I think he's going to be just like last year, and that's really what you're going to get out of him. It's going to be I can't give you accurate stats because I don't know what they would look like in a 60-game season, but it's going to be a decent amount of home
Your
runs.
volume's going out, dude.
This my bad. You're going to get a decent amount of home runs out of him. You'll get just solid contact from him. He'll hit for probably like 280, 290, somewhere in there, which would be perfect, especially for him being leadoff. Like it over 300, but I don't expect it out of him.
Yeah. So let's go next to him. And Adam Hazley. Expecting anything from him and Roman Quinn, both of them.
Um, do you know who's supposed to be slotted as like the official starter?
They haven't really mentioned anything. I thought they would have by now, at least given you a hint of who is going to go. But um, I expect it's Roman Quinn's job, and Adam Hazley's going to be coming behind him because they've been obsessed with Roman Quinn. Like he has all the athletic ability in the world, but he just can't stay healthy.
It, if he could stay healthy, he's the perfect, especially with Joe Girardi, the way he likes to tinker lineups a little bit. So I think they'll adapt that, putting Roman Quinn in the 9 hole and then putting the pitcher in 8, just to roll the lineup over there. Um, I don't know. I love Roman Quinn. I just love his speed. I love what he can do with that speed because that's not something you can teach everyone. No one else on this team has anywhere close to that kind of speed,
Oh yeah,
and it's just I just loved it. I watched him when they brought him up in August, September that one year. I think it was 2016 season, 2017. And dude, he was just ridiculously fast. Like it was just like amazing. Like I I almost thought he was quicker than Billy Hamilton. Like that's how quick he was. Like he looked. I understand he's probably not. He's probably close to him, but nah, dude. If he could just stay consistent, stay healthy, maybe the 60-game season will help him because he's got less games to get hurt in.
It's kind of ironic. I just Googled Roman Quinn just to see exactly when he officially came up. And the first, like, what it filled out is Roman Quinn hurt? That was the question. Just the first thing that comes up.
That's awesome. But
His, yeah,
I
his
like
debut was actually September 11th, 2016.
2016. Okay.
Yeah,
Um,
you're right on that.
I uh I like Adam Hazley too. I do like him what we saw out of him last year. I feel like he's going to give you a nice bat at the bottom of the lineup. Like it's not going to be anything flashy. It's not going to do anything crazy, but he'll pop a home run here and there, and I think he'll just get on and just be like a
Yeah,
consistent
it's
bat.
you can't. It's weird because you can't fully tell what he is. Like, he's
No,
obviously. I don't expect him to be like Bryce Harper wise, but he's also not like, I don't even know how to compare it. Like, I guess Andrew McCutcheon too. Like, he's kind of like in the middle of them two, where he can be great and he can be awful. So it's weird to, like, you can't really gauge what
I
he is. But I like
I
him.
think
I think he's going to be good, but
I
I don't
think
know if he's your everyday starter.
career wise, eventually, not this year. I don't think this year he'll jump into that role, but he'll be a Jason Worth type player where he gives you the stats. Like he's gonna give you stats, but he's not gonna
Yeah,
be
that's a
like
perfect comparison.
he's not gonna be the guy. Like he's not gonna be the one
Yeah,
that they're looking at to make the plays every day. Which that
yeah.
now leads us to your boy, Bryce Harper, over in right field. No competition for him.
See, that must be nice going into work every day and realizing, yep, this is mine. No one can take this from me. There's
Well,
not
I
even like
mean,
an inch, like a itching feeling that somebody's creeping up behind you that you have in like center field, possibly left field. Like, God forbid, if Andrew McCutcheon goes down, you have Jay Bruce right behind you. Like,
yeah,
everyone has something. Bryce Harper has Nick Williams, and he ain't gonna compete with him.
no, absolutely not. Um, I mean, when you're paying someone 300 million plus, I would
Would
hope
hope
there's no
so, yeah.
competition.
Absolutely.
Um, but the thing about Joe Girardi is, I wouldn't be surprised. Like, he's not the type of coach or manager that's going to, if Bryce Harper is, not doing what Bryce Harper thinks, I could see him pulling him for a couple games. Just be like, bro, get your shit figured out.
Yeah, absolutely. And but I feel like he's gonna let him be to a certain extent. Like, he's already let him be. Like, Charlie Manuel, I think, would have kind of like pitched him out, especially during these exhibitions when Bryce is yelling "sign him" and wearing JT Real Muto's T-shirt everywhere and every
No, I
press
love it.
conference.
I love it. I
Oh,
love
I
that
do too. But I'm saying
they're
Charlie
just
Manuel
letting
probably wouldn't have
players.
dealt with that shit.
I don't know. I feel like Charlie was never that kind of player. Like he was a a players coach, and he would have probably let that stuff go. Like
Yeah, he
because
did.
he
Well,
probably
yeah, because he did with Jimmy Rollins. So you're right.
because Charlie Manuel's probably and just like Joe Girardi, they're probably both sitting there like, dude, why haven't you signed the fucking man yet? Like, why haven't you done it?
Yeah. Well, I guess you
Um,
go. I guess you're going right in there. We'll go to pitchers after, huh? Can't just
all right,
keep
that's
beating
fine.
around the bush.
So they just need the Phillies, man. They open your fucking checkbooks. Just hand him the checkbook and let him sign how many years and how much money he wants. It's like if you let him sign before Mookie Betts signed today, would have been a hell of a lot less money. But now you have
Yeah, now it's
all
going to
he
go up.
has. Now he has all the leverage in the world because he's the best free agent that's coming out next year.
Yep.
And if you let him hit that market, we're not signing him. He's not coming back here.
And you know what I
I
fear that where he's going to go? He's going to go to the Mets because the Mets are
probably
about to be sold. So the new owners are going to want to come in and get that splashy signing during the offseason. And who is that? The greatest catcher in baseball. So you're going
I
to look out to the freaking Mets. And Wilson Ramos, their catcher right now, he's on his last legs, literally. So
yeah,
they need a catcher, and why not bring in the best when he's the free agent?
I just don't understand it. I don't understand why he's not signed yet. It's completely ridiculous that he's not signed, and that Matt Klentak is just sitting here saying, "Oh, well, the landscape has changed, and we don't know if we should sign him."
No, it hasn't,
The,
dude.
the fuck? What has changed? The fact that you're gonna be your boy Middleton's probably making less money now. Who gives a fuck? I don't care how much money he's not making because he's still making enough to pay JT Realmuto whatever fucking money he wants.
Yep.
You can't
100.
say sitting here, oh, we're gonna sign whoever we want. Like, don't even worry about your fucking little tax issue. Like, just fucking sign the dude.
And when you went and got Bryce Harper, you promised him that you're going to do everything in your power to make sure that you give him a winning team every year, the best team to win a World Series. And now you're not going to sign him, or you're playing chicken with him, and now he's going to hit the free agent market. Because
Bro,
why wouldn't you wait 60 games to hit the free agent market when you're about to get bank?
could you imagine how pissed off Bryce Harper is going to be if they let him walk? Like, if I was Bryce Harper, I would immediately request a trade because obviously ownership's not fucking listening to him like they said they would. Like that, it's completely absurd that he's not signed. Like I don't know how many times I could say it, but it's just absolutely ridiculous that that he's just not signed. Like, just sign the fucking man, get
Like,
him under contract. We don't even have. It's not even like we have a prospect catcher in the wings waiting. Like that, okay, cool. Like we have a young guy, I can maybe see it, but we don't. We don't have a young guy that's going to be the next fucking JT or even the next fucking Carlos Ruiz, who would give you like a solid bat and decent defensive prowess. Like when
well,
you
we
have
did
a
we did have
catcher,
that, but we traded him for JT with Jorge Alfaro.
he was I,
Well,
okay. I mean,
he was solid. He wasn't as good
yeah,
as JT, obviously, or else he
but
wouldn't have
but on
traded
top
him.
of that, like when you have the best offensive catcher and probably I'll say top three defensive catchers in the league, you fucking just sign them. And the part that pisses me off is with the way the league's going, they're moving to a DH, like an official DH. Like this is probably last year was probably the last year without a DH, like with a non DH in the NL.
Yeah.
So if you're gonna have a DH in the league, okay, so they're probably worried about JT and having to split time with getting him out of being a catcher in a few years. Okay, so in a few years, you can move Reese to DH, and you can move JT to first. Whoever's playing
Yep.
better first, or vice versa. You can move JT to his bat's not going to go anywhere. That's not going to change because he got older. And like it just blows my mind. Like if they really let him walk, like I'm going to riot probably. I will probably go to Citizens Bank Park and riot, tear down the fences,
Well,
burn down Matt Clintak's office.
I just completely hate Matt Klentak, and I hate his tactics. He seems like the kind of guy that would walk in the room and he basically looks around and said, "Yep, I'm the smartest man in the room."
Oh,
And it's like,
absolutely.
dude,
Yeah.
you're playing chicken with somebody that has all of the cards, or you're playing blackjack with somebody with a dealer that has 21, and
Yeah.
you're just keep saying hit, hit, hit. That's not how it works, dude. You gotta pay. And what happened last time with Bryce Harper and Manny Machado thing? You basically were about to lose out, and who came riding in on the golden horse to save everything? John Middleton. So what do you got to do? You got to wait for John Middleton to come and ride in on his golden horse again and save the deal so they get JT? Come on, man.
Like
You got to be a GM and you got to freaking sign somebody
it,
yourself. Do it
it doesn't
yourself,
make
dude.
it's so stupid to let him hit free agency because if you sign him now, you're gonna sign him maybe not significantly less money than if he hits the free agent market, but you're gonna sign him for less money than if he hits that free agent market because every team's gonna go after him and every team's gonna drive his price up, whether or not he wants to come back here on his own or not. Like he's gonna have a fucking price, and we're gonna have to pay it. So why not pay him, what he wants to be paid now, rather than down the line when he's gonna get more money?
Oh, 100%. John Middleton is gonna have to fork up the money come free agency if it hits that. Because, like you just said, there's gonna be a bidding war from all 30 teams.
Like because if you could have JT, Bryce Harper as your two cornerstones for a lineup for the next 5 years at least, like consistent, that's what they're going to be, then why wouldn't you sign up for that? Why would you not sign up for having the two best hitters in the league, at your 3, 4, 4, 5, whatever you want to put them? I don't understand why you wouldn't sign up for that.
I don't know. Doesn't make sense to me. I just I see everything just. I guess it's the typical Philly fashion in me that is always looking at the downside and looking at the negative and expecting the negative. The only one that really gave me positives was Ruben Amaro for plenty of years when he truly went after it, but waited too long to disassemble everything. But he went after it almost every year. But
Well, Ruben Amaro. I mean, I have mixed feelings about him. He came into a great situation,
oh,
and he kept
absolutely, Ed Wade did
he
a
kept
great job of drafting.
he kept trying to put it together, but I don't know. He just didn't. He traded away our entire farm to get what we wanted, but still didn't get the job done. So, and then there was other little details in there too. But yeah, our past two GMs definitely sucked. I'm not.
But
I'm have not been happy with Clintack. I tried to defend him a little bit on just like the Gabe Kapler thing. That's a whole different story than the way he's handled contracts, trades, and all of that stuff.
yeah, yeah, it's just been. I don't know many moves that he has done that I truly have liked signing wise. Like it's not much.
Yeah, and it's not even like you could put the Bryce Harper move on him because he definitely didn't do shit to get him here.
Yeah, the only thing that you can really say is Didi and what's gonna call it.
That was
Um,
straight. That was straight having Joe Girardi. That's
yeah,
what those
but
were.
also was um, God man, I'm so tired. Sorry, I can't think. Um, Gene Segura, he signed him. He did also sign Carlos Santana, which was an epic fail.
That was an extreme fail. It didn't make sense. The move didn't make sense from day one.
And can you also tell me why we still have Andrew Knapp on the team?
He's officially our backup catcher
I don't
again.
understand that. And you said
Apparent.
earlier that there's really not many young people in the minor leagues. There's one. His name is Divey or Deeby. I don't really know how to say his name, but
Uh-huh.
he's 100% better than Knapp.
I I don't know. I think they're just throwing Knapp out there because he has a service time, and they're just trying to hope that he has like a good game or two, and they could just trade him. I really think. I mean, apparently he's been pretty impressive, from what I've heard, through the spring training and all the scrimmages and stuff when he's played. But that's a bad scale to go off of because I'm pretty sure it's just impressive for him, not as like a player in general. So he's probably gone, 3 for 20 rather than for 0 for 20. But
Oh my god,
whatever, 60 game season, he'll probably get in for like 3 games.
he's
Just to
truly
see what it
the
is.
player that ugh awful.
Yep.
But
Um, let's
you're
move.
it's kind of funny like you bring up the possible trades that Ruben Amaro, Ed Wade, and also Clemtak have and have not done. Were you aware that back in '93 we almost got Randy Johnson?
Yes, I did. I didn't know it was 93. I didn't know the specific year, but I did know that we almost traded for Randy Johnson at
Yeah,
some point.
I didn't know that until I heard it on the radio today, and I couldn't believe it. Like the general manager, I believe, was Lee Thompson. He had a deal completely in place, and then at like I guess they call it the witching hour, he completely backed out.
Huh. That's a shame.
So I
Could
don't
you
know why he backed out, but
could you imagine like we had young Randy Johnson and Kurt Schilling?
oh, it would have been truly amazing. I don't know what we're trading. Maybe I don't know if Kurt Schilling was a part of the deal,
Yeah,
but just to be able to have the big unit on our team would have been absolutely phenomenal.
especially for the 93 year. Because I would
Yeah,
assume that was probably trade deadline, so that was for the playoffs.
yeah. And I'm actually looking up an article that says it right now, and it actually said that Kurt Schilling was not a part of the deal, so the two would have been on the same team together.
That would have been extremely. That would have
God
been pretty
damn.
deadly.
Oh man, that makes me even more pissed just saying that.
Yeah.
But
Well, speaking of pitchers, let's get on to our starting five.
yeah,
So obviously Aaron Nola, opening day starter. I expect nothing but consistency out of him. He'll probably be another, uh, high twos, low threes in ERA. Um,
well,
but
I expect him to be better too because it's the hot months, and he pitches better in the hot months.
yeah, he
Started off
definitely,
pretty rough in March and April last year.
yeah, that's been statistically proven over his career that he just
Yeah,
pitches terrible. Um, I think he's just gonna go back to it because I mean he started doing it at the end of last year too, where he got more consistent and was just throwing the ball well. And I think Aaron Nola's just gonna be a product. He's just gonna be that over his career. I don't think he's ever gonna be. I mean I know he was in talks for the Cy Young what 2 seasons ago. I
yeah,
think he'll be the guy that's like always kind of in talks but never really gets to that point. Kind of like Cole Hamels. Never really got to that point but was always, in that area.
yeah.
Um, then we got Jake Wheeler for however long that might happen, if we
You
even
mean
get him to
Zach
any
Wheeler?
start. Zach Wheeler, sorry, Zach Wheeler. Um,
Well, he had his wife had the baby on Monday, so
oh,
he officially said that he's starting on Saturday.
he is starting on. Okay,
Yep.
cool.
Yeah, he
Um,
officially announced it. Girardi announced that. Well, I guess Girardi did. Girardi announced it today that Zach Wheeler and his wife had a beautiful baby, and he will be back on Saturday, being the second starter.
okay, cool. Yeah, no, I know when the whole second spring training started, he was likely. He said that there was a chance that he might switch out and opt out for the season.
Yep.
Because of things going on with his baby. So that's good to know. So he'll be our two, which I like a lot. He's gonna be another. Hopefully, if he plays to his potential, he should be a consistently, good pitcher. Not a great pitcher, but a good pitcher. Um, and I don't know what got any more thoughts on him.
No, I'm just his last start kind of worried me. I think it was against the Yankees, wasn't it, or Nationals? I,
He started against Baltimore, I thought.
Baltimore. Okay, I knew it was one of them. That I didn't even say Orioles, so I guess I didn't know it was one of them. But yeah, it didn't look very pretty, but it was only 2 innings,
Yeah,
so
I mean
doesn't really matter.
I don't expect any of them to have great starts over the next, I guess, their first two go rounds. Hopefully they do, but I don't expect them to. I mean, it's weird. It's all weird season. So
Yeah,
you don't know what to expect from them.
and what you're gonna have Vinny V back in the freaking rotation. He's third.
Vinny's third.
Yeah, Aaron Nola's Friday, Zach Wheeler on Saturday, Vinny V on Sunday, and Jake Arrieta on Monday.
Huh.
And then possibly as of now, they said Zach Eflin is supposed to do a simulated game tomorrow,
Yes.
and he should start next Tuesday. So
As long as
Zach
everything.
Eflin's your fifth, but Vinny
Yeah.
V your third.
I mean, he's there at third. I wouldn't really consider him our third pitcher. I think they just put him there to break up the rotation a little bit. Um, I don't. He apparently super impressed everyone.
Oh, he's
Between
looked amazing in the whole
between
spring
the
training.
yeah the simulated games that they were showing him pitching in, and then against the Yankees the other day. Apparently his changeup was doing some filthy stuff. He's developed I think I think it's a curve, not the curve, a slider.
Okay.
I think it's a slider that he's worked on, and it looks like it's moving a ton better. He has more consistency over it. So I'm excited. I guess I say this every year. I'm excited to see what
Oh
Vinny
yeah.
can do
Yep. Every
because
year.
you know the potential that's like behind what he can do. It's just, can he actually do it?
Yeah, he has so much talent. Again, just like Roman Quinn, except Vinny V doesn't get injured. He just
Yeah, I mean he
he
gets injured
throws hard. He
sometimes,
doesn't
but
know how to pitch. So
yeah,
like he
I
doesn't hit his spots.
I think Brian Price is going to show his worth with these pitchers between him and Nick Pivetta, because apparently Nick Pivetta in the bullpen, he's looked pretty solid too. Apparently,
Yeah, that should be pretty good. That's where he honestly I think he belonged anyway. Uh,
I always thought that he should have been a starter. Like he had the stuff to be a starter. Like he definitely had the potential and the stuff. He just was way too inconsistent.
yeah, I was actually expecting Vinny to be in the bullpen as well this year, but after how amazing he has looked in spring training 1 and 2.0, you kind of can't put him in the bullpen. So
Yeah,
you'll see how he goes. But
I
then you
think
got
I think Zach Eflin's going to be the one who gets pushed down into the bullpen when you get Spencer Howard back up.
oh I agree. That's why I think they're probably pushing him to Tuesday because that's already four games, and then yeah, so
Yeah, so
Spencer
they
Howard
probably
should be
put
back by like Wednesday or Thursday.
yeah, so they probably push him there, and they might even throw Howard, in Vinny's spot, and then push Vinny back a start. Like, they might even do it that way.
Yeah, but so basically we touched on Zach Eflin there, kind of, sort of, but we can go to Jake Arrieta, yeah, the $25 million man.
Definitely hasn't lived to his contract,
Was
but I
breached
think
contract by Clintac.
he has room to make up ground on that in this season. If he can come out, and I don't expect him to be, Jake Arrieta, 2015 Jake Arrieta when he won the Cy Young. But if he could just be a a little bit lesser version of that, where he's just consistent and not so fucking, comes out every other start, and it's you know, you're just amazed at how bad he is sometimes.
Yeah, the only thing I liked about him is that he's truly like completely open. If he hates something, he's gonna tell you. If he doesn't
Oh
want to do
yeah,
something, he's gonna tell you. Like he's very outspoken.
yeah.
That's the thing I liked about him. A lot of people hated um shit. Now I can't even think of his name. Um, Papelbon, but I freaking loved
Oh,
him. It
well,
was
Papelbon.
fantastic when he like freaking grabbed his crotch to the fans. That was hilarious.
But like Papelbon was a different kind of, gonna tell you how it is. Like Papelbon had no problem being disrespectful to you, but I feel like Jake Arrieta will, he's gonna tell you how it is, but he's gonna tell you in a more, I guess, elegant way than flipping you off or grabbing his crotch.
Yeah, that's absolutely true.
He'll pick
Uh,
his spots a little better than that.
I
He'll just
like he was apparently injured pretty much all of last season too. So I
oh yeah,
expect
well he had
I
a
ex-
bone
yeah
spur in his elbow,
yeah
something like that.
yep yeah. So I expect him to be better than last year. Which isn't really saying much because he can only go like 3 innings or 4 innings before fully like just shitting
Yeah,
the bed.
before they shut him down.
Yeah. So, but I expect good things from him. Like you just said, not really Cy Young worthy, but at least a good
You
three
know,
or
like
four pitcher.
he's got to be a solid third pitcher. Like, you know, that's what we're looking at him to be, our third pitcher. I know he's not in the third slot, but he's our third pitcher, and he should be performing to that level. Which I think he should even be borderline third to two, just because of the contract that he has. Um,
Yeah. But I think, see, I kind of can't complain too much about Clintac for giving him that contract because they needed at least one pitcher, and that was really
yeah,
the only pitcher that was on the market. So
I mean,
I can't really
for
fault him for that.
what was available, for what he was, I mean, no one really, you know, projected him to drop off the way he did.
Yeah.
For what he was, I wasn't hating the contract then. I still don't fully hate the contract. It's just, you know, he's not living up to the contract.
Yeah, completely agree. Uh, final pitcher is Zach Eflin as of right now. Should be Spencer Howard soon, as you said, which is going to be amazing. Can't wait till he's up. But Zach Eflin, he's a good starter. When he has his stuff on, he's really good.
Oh
Um,
yeah,
the
when he's
same
on,
thing,
he's almost a
yeah.
third tier
But the same
pitcher.
thing as like Reese Hoskins and Vinny Velo. When they're cold, they're cold as shit, man. They're like
Yeah,
just stuck in Antarctica.
it's
They can't get out.
that's that's such like the interesting. I don't know. That's why I get so interested in baseball, because of how hot and cold players really can get. Like, it's just amazing. Like it, and it's nothing to do with, like, you know, their talent. It's not their talent that's keeping them from being able to, you know, hit it. It's just a mentality, because it's the only sport that, you know, normally it goes 180 some. So, you know, you're day in, day out. Like, if you're in a rut, you don't have time to, you know, go to the practice field and work on it. Like, you got a game the next day. You gotta go out there and, you know, keep playing.
Yeah,
Um, and it's just interesting, like how, like, and you never really see guys get like too down about it. They're just, you know, they just can't get out of the slump. And some guys figure it out quicker than others. And it's I don't know, it's just a weird thing, because you don't see that so much in other sports like the NBA. Like, you know, LeBron's gonna go, you know, he's gonna shoot 50% from the field or whatever, every night that he's out there, pretty much. You might have an off game, but it's not like, you know, you're gonna have an off like week or whatever.
uh, well, uh, if he's anything like me playing NBA 2K, it's just completely embarrassing, and I'm cold as shit every single day.
It's
But
I'm the LeBron of the 2K room. That's fine.
yeah, whatever. But yeah, I don't really expect much from Zach Eflin just to be a good pitcher until Spencer gets up here, and then Spencer takes over, and then I don't really know what I expect from Spencer. I don't expect him to like go full Cy Young in his first freaking year, but I'm just very excited to see what he can bring to the major leagues.
Oh,
He's been
absolutely. I'm so
amazing.
excited. I
He's
think
been amazing.
he's gonna be a lot like Aaron Nola when we brought him up. I think he's gonna be a very, you know, consistent. He's gonna have a pretty decent ERA up here. I don't. He's not really going to be like, you know, a strikeout king, but he's going to get the grounders. Um, he's going to get his people out. Like, he's going to go through his innings. I would assume he'll probably average like probably 6 innings a game.
Yeah,
Um,
that's
but
that's what I expect. But it's gonna be interesting once when he gets up here, and once when Bomb gets up here too. Should be
yeah,
nice. Boom.
so,
Sorry, but yeah, should be nice to have those nice young players up here and see what they can contribute and see what the future looks like.
oh
So
yeah.
it
Um,
would be awesome to see that.
Not going to go through the bullpen, you know, player
You
by
know,
player,
no,
but I'm excited to see what the bullpen can do, while controlled by Joe Girardi, because Joe Girardi historically has always had a good handle on his bullpen.
yeah,
Not always the best pitchers, but they've always been, you know, consistent. Like, you know, They come in and they do their job, and he handles them well. Like, like that's the thing. It's mostly like this. We're basically just reviewing Joe Girardi. Like he knows how to handle the game.
I'm so
Um,
excited
and
he's
I,
our manager.
and I
I'm
saw
so excited.
I saw an interview between JT Realmuto and Jake Arrieta, and they were talking about like what the major difference between this year and last year. And they weren't like, knocking Gabe Kapler. Like they were pretty open. They were like, it's nothing against anyone who wasn't there. It's just he's been around the league. He's a proven winner. Like he's gotten the World Series. He's been a player in this league. He's won as a player. He's won as a manager. Like he knows what he's doing. He's got time in.
Yeah,
So they were just really excited about like you said, Jake likes to, he'll say whatever he wants to say that's on his mind. And he's like, if Joe comes out and pulls me in a game, I trust that he knows what he's doing and he knows when to pull the bullpen in. So that was,
he did not trust Gabe last year.
oh, absolutely not.
No one did.
I'm just so excited about Joe Girardi. Joe Girardi is totally gonna pull. Just him alone is just gonna pull this team in and get them focused and get them playing right.
Well, before the pandemic came, I expected them to win at least 10 more games than what they did last year.
Oh,
So they
absolutely.
were
Yeah,
81 and
that's
81.
basically.
So I was expecting at least a 90 win record.
I
So,
think if you go back to my our first podcast, I was projecting 94 or 96 because I was basically saying they were going to be first place, solely off of what they have and Joe Girardi managing them.
yeah.
Um, I,
I'm
I
not sure
still
what the shortened season. What do you think record wise?
record wise with the shortened 60 game season, um, they'll be. I don't know. It's hard. I
Yeah, I expect
especially
like
with.
I'm thinking like 35 games.
I think I would I would go upper 40s. I
Damn.
think I think upper 40s could be where it's at. Well, because I think there's going to be, you're going to have your teams, your fast going teams, you're going to have teams that are up there, and I think Phillies can be one of them.
Yeah.
Um, like you're going to have your really good teams, you're going to have your really bad teams, and that's the way the records are going to show it, and I think the Phillies are going to be really good.
Like
Um,
I know it doesn't sound like I'm high saying 35, but I am high on their team this year. The only thing that worries me is just that who they have to face. They have to face the freaking AL East. So that's what scares me.
I
And
I'm
but
not.
the NL East is basically dropping like flies. I think DeGrom was just got an MRI. I don't know the results of that, but apparently Marcus Stroman from the Mets as well. He just hit the IL, and they just dropped like three players from their squad today too. Marlins for some reason always destroy us. We can't beat them, but
I mean,
the
they play
Nationals
us
and
tough.
Braves are losing people. So I don't know, man. I expect them to be in first place in the NL East, obviously, but I think with playing the NL East is going to be pretty difficult.
I
Just
don't know. I don't think Boston's totally not going to be a team that we have to worry about. Um,
yeah, we say
it's
that about the Marlins too.
well, no. I'm not saying it in the sense of like the Marlins are terrible. I don't compare Marlins and Boston together. Boston's still a decent team just because of who they are, who they
Yeah,
have. But I just don't think they're an organized team right now with everything going on between losing their coach and all that. It's kind of the same thing with the Mets. They're not organized. Yeah, they've had extra time with the coach, but it's not the coach that they planned on coming into the season. So it's all kind of like out of whack and
yeah.
whatnot. But I just don't see the Boston's this year being a real threat. I think it's gonna be us, Yankees, and Rays. That's gonna be like the top tier of these groupings of teams playing.
The Rays are going to be used
Um,
to playing without fans.
who?
The Rays, they haven't had fans there in a while, so they're going to be used to not playing with Rays or without fans.
That's very true. The Rays aren't really changing much.
Such a shame too, because
Um,
they're always up there.
yeah, I don't know. I think the Rays and Yankees are going to kind of beat themselves up. I don't think. I mean, because we only play the Rays, what, 4 games? I
I'm not
think it's
sure. I haven't really looked at the
something.
full 60 schedule. I just kind of I kind of want to be surprised each week.
Yeah, I think it's the Rays, and they're like we don't play them until like the end of the season, so we'll kind of already know where we're at by the time we play the Rays,
Yeah.
which is kind of nice. I know the Yankees are kind of sooner in the season, I believe. Um,
Yeah, the Yankees are
so
on Monday.
oh really? We're already playing the Yankees.
Yeah. Monday on
Nice.
yeah, 7:05.
Cool.
It's at home too.
Cool. I'm gonna be at that game. I'm just gonna jump the fence. You'll see me run across the field.
I was contemplating on going on Friday just to be able to tailgate.
Just go sit in the parking lot.
Yeah. Well, they've said that every single game that they've had so far at the stadium, there's been people there that are just hanging outside of like right field, center field, and left field fence, just
Yeah,
screaming and having signs. And there's been people sitting down like with camping chairs, eating like cheesesteaks and all sorts of stuff. So people are going there to watch.
that's pretty cool.
So I don't know if they're actually charging parking or whatnot, but
I can't imagine that they can.
yeah, I don't know. But yeah, so they play the Yankees right away. It's a 4 game series. And then you go to the Blue Jays, which who the hell knows where the Blue Jays are even playing.
Yeah, that's still up in the air with everything. I'm excited for this. I really am. I think the Phillies are going to obviously be a playoff team. I definitely think that because they'll win the division for sure. My prediction, we'll go 43 games is where I'll go with the Phillies winning. I think they'll get 43 games.
Okay, that's not bad. I'm at 35, 37 games. And the Phillies finished the season out with the Rays. I just looked it up. So
Nice.
that's the 3 game series against the Rays. That's who they finished it out with.
Cool. So it'll be a nice little test before the playoffs.
Yeah,
It's
absolutely.
a kind of a warm up, or it's us fighting to get into the playoffs. And we have to beat them. That would kind of suck.
It could be interesting. Do you have anything else?
No, I'm excited just get this thing rolling.
Yeah,
I'm glad sports are back. So Sixers, they start in the next 2 weeks.
they start next Saturday, the
Next
first.
Saturday is their first, game back. August 3rd is the first game for the Flyers back. So this is gonna become back to being a weekly thing. We're gonna get back to actually talking about sports
And
and
we can
having
actually
fun and
break
actually
down
talk
wins
about
and
it.
losses.
Yeah, we'll actually be able to break down them playing the game.
Yeah, which is pretty exciting. And then with the NFL too, with canceling all the preseason games, but they'll be getting going. Their I think rookie camp started yesterday.
Yeah, they
At least
uh
the Eagles rookie camp did, but
they
um,
they came out with an agreement today that they have to cut rosters to 80 people instead of 90 people, or it was either 80 or 70. I think it was 80.
yeah, I think
Um,
80. Yeah,
which I don't know. It sucks for the people like the players that can't make um, prove themselves to make a practice squad or make like the last minute cut because they don't even get a chance to get on the practice field to show it.
yeah. It's just it makes me want to buy Madden 21 this year. I'm so excited for it just because of how the season's just gonna look and all the players. Can't wait.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting season for football. Whatever does or doesn't happen with that, because that's still kind of up in the air for that season.
Yeah, I think baseball has a real big connection to NFL. Like if baseball
Well,
becomes
yeah, they're
traveling,
they're
so I
the
think
they're the two sports that you can't bubble
yeah,
everyone up into it. So if baseball could find a way to make this work successfully, I'm sure football is going to
yeah, they'll be
kind of
good to
find a
go.
way. It'll kind of help. I don't think they're going to be. I'm scared for football. I'm scared more of a mid-season issue rather than like starting issue. I think you're going to have a lot of positive tests pop up mid-season, which is going to make a lot of teams look kind of, dwindle down. Like, you're going to
Yeah.
have, because you're going to have teams, which, like, unfortunately, let's say that's the Eagles. You're going to have people missing, kind of like, what if Carson Wentz tests positive, or Darius Slay presses, test positive.
Oh yeah, it's
That
going to
definitely
be.
changes the landscape of what your team can and can't do. Um, Especially if you're going up against another team that has those star players still in.
Yep. Yeah, I completely agree, and it should be interesting to see exactly how teams handle everything. Baseball has the floating teams just waiting and ready to go, and I'm sure NFL will come to agreement that they'll probably have some kind of, well, I guess they really do with a practice squad no matter what, but they'll probably have a floating team as well somehow. But with the MLB it starting tomorrow, it should be interesting to see how everything goes. I'm excited though.
Yep, me too.
I don't have anything else to say. I got everything in.
Only thing I got to say is everyone go check out the Daceman Show. They're every Tuesday, 8 o'clock. Follow them on Daceman and Friends on Twitch, right? That's their full
Yep.
Twitch. You can follow them on Facebook, Twitter, pretty much every platform you'll find the Daceman himself and the show account. I believe there's also a couple Powder Nerds in works, going to be coming out soon. Check out the weekly Twitch channel. They're doing it, there's something going on every day. Wednesdays are Jerry at Gaming, so give him a follow too. Other than that, got nothing.
You can follow me on Twitter at BarezzoE. I actually started my own Twitch channel as well, so to be able to simulcast with Dace and be able to steal his streaming every now and then. So that's at eBarez on Twitch, but still getting up and going on there, so there's not much. That's my average gaming dad Twitch channel. So that should be good.
And as always, remember to follow us on Twitter at the Jersey Bullies.
At the Jersey Bullies, yep. Thank you everyone that has tuned in and will continue tuning in. This is going to be a lot more exciting now that we can actually talk sports and break down games.
Bye, Dad.